Hello, Shubha here, your pilot, taking you to the journey of Science Island. In this video, we are going to discuss about units. Units are the things which are defined by SI system to determine the quantities, to measure the quantities. There are two kinds of units. One is to measure the larger quantities, which we call multiple units, and another is to measure the smaller quantities, which we call submultiple units. To measure the larger quantities, we have to determine what is larger quantity. Larger quantity means like distance between two cities, length of a river, height of a mountain. So here we have to use multiple units. That means we measure the distance between two cities in terms of kilometer, which is multiple unit. Similarly, we measure the height of a mountain in feet, which is a multiple units. This is about measuring the length. Suppose I want to measure the mass. Then we have a quantity in terms of kilograms. If kilogram exceeds 100, that means 1 quintal is 100 kg. So quintal is multiple unit. Similarly, for mass, we have one more unit, that is ton. And 1000 kg is 1 ton. So to measure the mass, we have kilogram. Similarly, we have quintal and we have ton. Weight of truck, then I have to measure it in terms of ton. I have to weigh a weight of a sack of wheat, then we have to measure it in terms of quintal. I have a question for you. Suppose I want to measure the distance between two planets. I want to measure the distance from Earth to Sun. Then what quantity I am going to use? Am I going to use kilometer? Yes, I am going to use kilometer definitely. But the SI system has devised a bigger unit for this. And this unit we call it as a light year. So 1 light year is 9.4 into 10 power 12 kilometers. You know, such a huge number. Because distance is also very huge. We cannot just conveniently express this in terms of kilometers. So these are units for larger quantity, which we call multiple units. They have kilometers, they have light year. Similarly, for the depth, we have fathom, which is 1.8 kilometer is 1 fathom. So fathom is another unit. To measure the depth, we have light year. For mass, we have kilogram expressed in terms of quintals and for ton, and this is for our convenience. Now move on to another type of units, which we call submultiple units, which are used to measure the smaller quantities. Like suppose that Chutki wants to draw a small little cube on a piece of paper. Then she has to measure it in terms of smaller units. It would be in terms of millimeter or in terms of centimeter. I want to buy a ribbon. It will be in terms of meter. I cannot buy a kilometer of ribbon. So I have to buy it in terms of meter. So length in smaller quantities is expressed in terms of submultiple units. Similarly, I want to buy chocolate. It would be in milligram. So this is submultiple unit. And similarly, suppose I want to give you strawberry milkshake, yummy yum, isn't it? So it will be in terms of, yes, liter or milliliter, you decide, depending on your choice, whether you want to drink it in terms of liter or milliliter, isn't it? Now, for the smaller quantities and the bigger quantities, we have to keep on converting from one unit to the other, from bigger to smaller and smaller to bigger. So we have a system of conversion. I am going to tell you that system, but not straight away. I am going to tell you a story. So it's a story time. We are going to learn one conversion system in terms of story. So let's move.
Welcome. I am your storyteller. Yes, you can see this is left hand side of our page. And this is right hand side of our page. And one jingle waiting for you. King Happu dare. Mother didn't care much. King Happu dare. Mother didn't care much. Did you notice this? Yes, King Happu was a small little boy who stays in this home with his mother, granny, and little sister Lily. Now, you have to memorize this jingle. What is the jingle? King Happu dare, mother didn't care much. King Happu dare, granny didn't care much. King Happu dare, Lily didn't care much. Now move on to our study part. That is, we are going to learn units through this jingle. Pay attention. K of King Happu denotes kilo unit. H denotes hecto unit. Similarly, D denotes deca unit. And these are bigger units than these center units, which is a dear family of King Happu. M of the mother stands for meter. G stands for a gram. And of course, L stands for liter. Now move on to another side, that is right hand side of the home, and you will see here D stands for deci. C stands for centi unit and M stands for small little milli units. Okay, so to the left hand side of the home we have bigger unit. To the right hand side of the home we have smaller units. Now, how do we convert it from one form to another form? The story goes like, when King Happu wants to jump and hop into the home to meet mother, granny and Lily, at that time it moves how many jumps that you have to count. Suppose this king, it wants to go and move to mother, then it is going to hop from king to Happu to dare to home, that is mother. That means 3 times it has jumped. So for these 3 times, for each jump you are going to multiply. Yes, you are going to multiply 10. That means how many times you have multiplied? You have multiplied 3 times. 1, 2 and 3, and king has go to meet the mother. That means 1k is equal to 10 into 10 into 10, that is 1000 m. Or G or L, that means 1 kilometer, kilogram and kiloliter is 1000 meter, grams or liter. Clear? Now Happu, this Happu portion, if it want to jump, can you guess it how many jumps it has to take? So it is going to take 2 jumps from Happu to dare to home. So how many times it has jumped? It has jumped 2 times. So we are going to multiply 2 tens. That means 1 hecto is equal to how many times we have to multiply? 2 times. That means 100 gram, liter or meter. So 1 hectogram, 1 hectoliter or 1 hectometer is equal to 100 gram, liter or meter. This is how we are going to convert. Now, if next portion we have to go, we have to pay attention to the right hand side of the home. Then we have deci, centi and milli. They are little small ones. So mother, granny and Lily, they are going to go and meet. Okay, so how it goes? Mother go out of home and meet deci. So how many times it has jumped? Yes, it has jumped 110 times. That means 1 meter gram or liter is equal to 10 deciliter. Okay, like mother has to go and meet centi, then it has to jump 2 times. That means you are going to multiply by 1 more 10. So it will be is equal to 100 centi. And mother will have to go to meet small little Millie. In that case, she is going to jump 1 more time. That means 3 times. So what she is going to do now? That means is equal to multiplied by 10 into 10 into 10, which is 1000 milli. This is how we convert. One more. Now, if this Milli wants to go and meet mother, then what will happen? It has to jump 3 times from milli to centi, centi to deci, and then going to meet mother and granny and Lily. That means this smaller Milli has to go and meet. So we are going to divide 10 each time it hops. Isn't it? So we have to divide 3 times Milli and go. Then it is going to go and meet mother. So 1 milli is equal to 1 upon 1000th part of meter, gram or liter. Similarly, this centi. If centi wants to go and meet, then can you guess how many times it has to go and meet? How many hops it has to take? Yes, it has to take 2 hops. That means 1 centi has to take 2 hops and go and meet mother, which is equal to 1 upon 100. We have to divide it by 100 milligram or liter. Meter, gram or liter. If reverse will happen, if mother, granny and Lily wants to meet king, then it has to take 3 hops. So each hop we are going to divide it by 10. So 1 meter, liter or gram is equal to 1 upon 1000 times kilo. It can be kilometer, kiloliter or kilogram. To summarize this story, from bigger unit, if I move to smaller unit, then each time I have to multiply by 10 for each hop. Isn't it? Now, if I want to convert from smaller unit to larger unit, in that case, for each hop, I have to divide it by 10. This is what you have to remember. To summarize, if I will say convert 5000 meter into kilometer. In that case, first of all, you have to see which is the smaller unit. We have to convert from smaller unit to larger unit. In the previous slide, we have seen that to convert from smaller unit to the bigger unit, we have to divide. So from kilometer to kilometer, 3 hops were there. So what we are going to do? We are going to say that 1 meter is equal to 1 upon 1000 kilometer. Therefore, 5,000 meter is equal to how many kilometers? So what we are going to do here, 5,000 multiplied by 1 upon 1000 kilometer. All zeros will get cancelled and answer is 5 kilometer. Let us take another example. Suppose 2525 grams has to convert into kilograms. How many kilograms? So how will you go for it? Now here again we know that this is smaller unit and we have to convert it into bigger unit, and from gram to kilogram we have 3 hops. We have 3 hops. That means 1 gram is equal to 1 upon 1000 kilogram. This is what we have learnt. So these many grams, what we have to do? So we have to divide 2525 grams to 1, multiply it by 1000. So we have 3 zeros here in the denominator. So we are going to put the point counting from right to left. So 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3 places, and we are going to put the point here. So it is 2.525 kilograms. This is how we are going to solve. Now take another example for bigger units. Suppose the distance from home to school is 2 kilometers. So how many meters? You have to count it. We know that kilometer is bigger unit and meter is smaller unit. And question asks that 2 kilometer is how many meters? We know from kilometer to meter we have 3 hops. So therefore 1 kilometer stands for 1000 meter. So therefore 2 kilometers stands for how many meters? Simply you have to multiply and you will get your answer. This is how you are going to solve few questions.
You like the story time? I think you enjoyed and you learned a lot in the story. A very important thing, that is conversion by jumping and hopping, going to a home. I would like to summarize what we have learned in this video. We learned that units are required to measure the quantities. We have 2 units. Multiple units for larger quantities, which is measured in terms of kilogram, kilometer, quintal, fathom, light year and ton. We have smaller quantities and which is measured in terms of submultiple units, which are milligram, milliliter, centiliter, liter, gram and many more. Do solve those questions and write your answer in the comment box. Before leaving, subscribe the channel and also like the video. I am going to meet you in next video with one more interesting topic. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.